Demonstrations by Generation Z are likely to serve as a significant lesson for President William Ruto, as they highlighted the need for effective government operations. The protests stemmed from a perceived lack of trust in the government institutions and their performance. According to Professor Macharia Munene, such a level of demonstration has not been witnessed since the late President Moi's administration back in 1992. Paul Kirobi with more.
Nearly 42 years after Kenya witnessed a coup d'etat attempt by the Air Force, analysts now aver that Generation Z is deeply dissatisfied with the current state of affairs. According to Professor Macharia Munene, this generation shaped by the digital era and free education initiated by the late President Mwai Kibaki.
So you have a combination of educational exposure, good exposure, and cyber exposure. So you combine the two forces. Since they are thinkers, these young people are thinkers, they are not docile. And see, when they see something going wrong, they have capacity to act using their brains.
The president's decision to deploy the military instead of the General Service Unit GSU to assist police in combating the protest is seen as a critical misstep.
It implies that even the president has lost faith or trust or confidence in the police. That's what it means. So if they are not capable of doing their work, you've lost faith in them, trust in them. There are a few things that may need to be done. You need to reorganize the top of the police.
Professor Munene argues that government was aware of the public's discontent but failed to address it due to poor advice, ignoring warning signs like the doctor's strike.
So it's a new phenomenon that few people expected it. But the signs and the warnings were there. When you display contradictions, extravagance, wastage of public wealth, and then say there is no money to do basic things, to even deal with the doctors. The hospitals need doctors, and there are thousands of doctors without jobs.
What has left many tongue wagging is that the demonstrations are not politically fueled, with no central character in what the professor says is making them harder to manipulate by politicians. The professor avers that if the president fails to address critical issues like corruption, misuse of public resources, and bad governance, especially at the county level, he faces a major crisis ahead. Hundreds of youth were yesterday marching along the Thika superhighway all the way to Nairobi's central business district just to show displeasure with President William Ruto's government. Paul Kirobi, TV 47, Thika Superhighway.